You have to let your ego go with this one because you go like, there'll never be a role again where you're like, I needed so much help. I needed so much help.
Yeah.
Like we all built Bob together.
Yeah.
That's how it felt. And that's how, looking back, that's what it was like, you know?
When you take on the role of Bob Marley, someone that means so much to so many people around the world, obviously there's pressure, but how do you approach that? How do you even, like, where do you start?
Start going, I better do some like breath work in the mornings, you know?
Word.
Because you gotta find a relaxation. I'm trying to give you a real answer.
Yeah.
I was about to go into a spiel about everyone who helped me, but I remember going like, you need to take some time now to really stay calm and to really think about how much time you have, what's gonna be possible, where you're gonna need help. And so I was just trying to map out a kind of rough structure going, you got guitar, you got the singing, it's Jamaican Patois, so I was just trying to stay present with it all.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I've got the family, Bob's friends, the support of the studio, and it became a real community effort, you know, finding Bob's voice and understanding who he was as a man, who he was as a human being, trying to tap into the human side of him, involved, you can't read it in books. And there's only so much you can get from watching Bob on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I had to go to his homeland and I had to speak to his children. I had to speak to, you know, boys who he grew up with when he was 12, 13, 14 and just stay with them and be with them and just absorb all the information and absorb it in. And I'm subconsciously, I'm remembering everything that is a clue into what Bob is like in a private sense.
Yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, it's that. But
wow. Yeah, I mean, because I love that you started with that, so I guess that calm. Because there is a certain, I mean, although he yielded so much power, there was a calm and a humility, and he talked about never wanting the vengeance and never letting his temper go too high. So embodying that, like, you nailed it. You nailed it. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
I got Trini?
My grandparents from Trinidad and Tobago, yeah.
Okay.
They came over in the late 50s.
So when you approach the accent, because for everybody that's watching, they want to know, did he nail it? How did you get the voice texture, the accent? I know you're good at it. You did Malcolm X in 2 weeks, but this is tough, and you did it.
Normally on a film you have a dialect. We have one dialect coach.
Right.
But with this, I had all my Jamaican friends and family, you know, Jamaicans who I call friends and family who were at my house from the beginning, helping me understand the bits of Bob that I didn't understand, and we would spend hours just going through. And then then Paramount put a team in place to help me, and then the family came and got involved, and then we had Auntie Faye in Jamaica, and we created a language team who were with us all the way through to the end. And there was the Jamaican patois, but then there was how Bob spoke, and Bob spoke very specifically, and Bob used words that a lot of Jamaicans don't use. And Bob had a real, you know, he traveled, so he picked up different bits, and he says things like yo, and you know, so we were trying to make sure that the authenticity of how Bob spoke was the most important thing from the beginning. Like, it was never a question. It was like, I sat there with Ziggy and the heads of the studio, and we were, you know, before we started, and we were like, well, we were agreeing that we're gonna talk like Bob talk, you know? And so that was great, and and then when the Jamaican cast came in, it opened up again, and you know, and I could, if I wasn't sure about something, I'll just turn to my right, and there's someone there who could help. So it really became a community thing, and you know, you have to let your ego go with this one because you go like, there'll never be a role again where you're like, I needed so much help. I needed so much help. Yeah. Like we all built Bob together. Yeah. That's how it felt. And that's how, looking back, that's what it was like, you know?
Yeah. Well, listen, you did a good job.
Thank you.
Big up yourself.
Big up yourself.
One love.
Nice, man. One love.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.